All right, it's January 2025, and we're going to go through Sardine Canyon here. This is a valley in northern Utah. This community to the right, Wellsville, was founded in the 1850s, shortly after the Mormons got here. As they got centered there in Salt Lake, they started exploring, and someone found this place and said, "This is a much better valley." And it is for on a small scale. But they were set there, and they had all that room in Salt Lake. Kind of fogged up in here. So I was just looking at the stats on Wellsville, and what it's just the immediate AI said that the household income is greater than average, which is true. And there's some nice big houses up there, but you are away from everybody. You are alone. I don't think there's even a 7-Eleven in town. Someone got smart, a parent left, we won't be able to see it, but somebody who had a store that was from here and had a store in Island Park, Idaho, has made a grocery store that looks like to be, a decent grocery store. And it's right up here on the left. So I don't know why people like to watch these. I mean, I was watching stuff like a Japanese girl do what she does when she comes home from work. Funny story to this field on the right here. So I came up here when I was living in Salt Lake, and I had an iPad I was using for photos. I also had my camera. I went out in this field we just passed and started taking some pictures I really liked. There's a kind of a logo of a fishbone on there, and I was in weeds that were knee high, and somehow I set my iPad down to so I could take a better picture with my camera, and I couldn't find the iPad. I had the camera, so I finally just gave up, and then I went back and posted it. And a guy named Sam Crump, who should be a local legend because he's such a great guy. He's more in the Ogden Canyon area, but and he's a photographer, really good photographer. He went out there and found it and delivered it to me in Salt Lake. That's a that's a good guy. He's not hard to miss at a festival. He's really big, and he's got a bunch of tattoos and usually a huge camera. Crump was the name of a kid in my neighborhood, actually. We wrote a screenplay together. It was called $17. It's about somebody who robbed a bank and only got $17. Part of it was at the parking tower at Arbax, and then the final scene, they took their car and they went off the road at Suicide Rock, which is the bottom of Parley's Canyon, a big gulch with this big rock. I don't know what Ron Crump is doing. So this canyon, no pushover here. I was trying to find the exact stats, but it's something like 5 or 10 people. Well, around 5, 10, single digits of people die every year in this because of the weather. So you don't want to go in here if it's not right. A luckily thing that I found when I was working up in Deer Valley is that there's cameras that you can pull up on the internet that show you exactly what it's like. There's the park and ride for the people. There are people that work at other places. There's some steel manufacturing and airbag manufacturing over the hill, as they call it. And then some people drive to Salt Lake City. I think it's insane, but that's that lifestyle, where you're just the worker and someone else has to take care of the home. And you don't have to clean the toilets, but you pay for everything. I mean, taking the train from New Jersey would be better because at least you don't have to drive. At least you don't have to worry about the weather. You can sit down, you can do something else. But drive to Salt. One of the persons I play pool with works in Linden, which is in Utah County. This is like 3 counties away. It's got to be 2 hours, and she does it every day. Natalia, FKA Steve. I love that liberal aspect, or maybe there's things I just don't know. I mean, I know a little. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be worth it. I might stop at the summit, but I don't know. You want to see me going down to Brigham City, don't you? So I drive a Kia Soul. It's my, I don't know, fifth car in life. Should I go through my cars? First car was a Duster that was my mom's. Then I had my Silica, which was nice. It was almost new. She's, then when I got back, I think I had a toy. I had a couple of my dad's cars, his boats, and then Hondas. All right, is that beautiful or what? Anyway, I like this car a lot, as much as any car I've ever had. And I bought it for $12,000. And I haven't had to change the spark plug. And it's got a little more room in the back than a sedan. So this up here was once a golf course and resort called Sherwood Hills. I went on a hike up there a couple years ago, so so interesting looking up there. But I went at the end of the season, and it was nothing but grasshoppers. there was hay that they'd mowed, and it was just teeming with grasshoppers. I could put that up too. Yeah, there's the no over there. Yeah, that's it. That was the entrance to Sherwood Hills. If I become a Brazilianaire, I could like buy that and have make water buffalo mozzarella up there or something, or even a better cheese with the water buffalo. I don't know where they get all the water buffaloes. They're not very common. They must have them be a lot in Italy. All right, I do think I'll stop at the summit here. Just testing everything out, you know. First time I saw this here, it was June. It was green, and it's a really emotional memory for me. It was so beautiful, and it's not usually filled up like with water like this that it has been, but you know, it fills and then it dries, and then the cows come. Up here, somebody has kind of bought some land or something, and they got a big fence. All right, it's been real. We'll see you next time.